The experience of losing a loved one is universal, and such a bereavement brings not only profound sorrow, but also a myriad of questions concerning life and death. Among these is the perplexing query: why do our deceased relatives, even occasionally, not visit us in our dreams? Dreams are a mystical realm where reality frequently intertwines with fantasy, and our consciousness wanders along uncharted paths. For many, dreams are perceived as a gateway to parallel dimensions where anything is possible, including communication with the departed. However, numerous individuals observe that their deceased family members rarely manifest in their dreamscapes. This phenomenon can be attributed to both common and more unusual factors, which I intend to explore. Before delving into these explanations, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this content. Let's begin by examining the typical reasons. The first reason concerns the energetic field each person possesses. Upon death, this field undergoes a transformation. The departed become integrated into more subtle dimensions of existence. These higher vibrational planes can, paradoxically, both interact with our physical world and generate interferences. Such energetic barriers might be precisely why they don't appear in our dreams, leaving us unaware of their current state. Secondly, after death, the soul often undergoes a process of reincarnation. This implies that the individual we've lost embarks on new tasks and objectives in a different embodiment, which could impede their manifestation in our dreams. A soul preoccupied with novel experiences might temporarily disengage from the sphere of communication with former relatives. The third reason is rooted in the nature of dreams themselves, which frequently mirror our inner feelings and emotional states. If you haven't fully processed your grief and loss, but instead suppress these emotions, your subconscious mind might prevent the deceased from appearing in your dreams. Essentially, your inner self seeks to shield you from painful memories, thereby excluding departed loved ones from your dream scenarios. Fourthly, if unresolved conflicts existed between you and the deceased at the time of their passing, this factor can erect an emotional barrier to their presence in your dreams. Unaddressed resentments and disagreements leave an imprint on your soul, which may simply be unwilling to engage with such unresolved energy, consequently preventing their participation in your dream experiences. A fifth reason stems from many religious teachings, which often encourage the expectation of a future reunion with departed loved ones. The belief that encounters with the deceased will occur in a different time and space may alter our perception of dreams. From this perspective, the very absence of deceased individuals in our dreams might foster an internal drive to anticipate their presence elsewhere, such as in the afterlife. Sixthly, the psychology of dreams instructs us that dreams are primarily shaped by our daily impressions and memories. If you do not actively recall or think about your departed relative in your waking life, they are unlikely to appear within the framework of your dreams. Beings formed from memory reside within our feelings and imagery, and their absence from our conscious thoughts leads to their non-manifestation in our inner world. The seventh reason points to the successful emotional release of the deceased as a critical stage in the grieving process. If you haven't completed this process, your dreams might be filled with other images or experiences, which in turn influences your inner emotional state. The sooner you accept their passing, the more readily your subconscious mind can engage with images of the departed. Eighthly, dreams are influenced by various environmental factors, your emotional state, and even the objects around you. If you reside in an atmosphere permeated by negativity or fear, such an emotional climate can impede the appearance of the deceased in your dreams. In this regard, it becomes crucial to cultivate a harmonious space that fosters tranquility and peace. The ninth reason considers certain religious doctrines that speak of spiritual guardians or protectors who safeguard the soul after death. These entities might restrict the influence of the departed on our dream world. In doing so, their primary concern for our well-being may lead them to temporarily deter the deceased, allowing us to concentrate on our earthly pursuits. Tenthly, each soul is unique in its journey, both during life and after death. Just as individuals have distinct paths and purposes in their earthly existence, their spiritual trajectory post-mortem can also vary greatly. This singular path may not always involve or permit interactions within the dreams of their living relatives. Upon passing, individuals pursue varied objectives and missions. Not every departed soul exhibits the same degree of activity in reaching out to those still living. It is therefore not surprising that their spirits may follow a path of higher purpose instead of seeking direct personal connection. They could be fully absorbed in their journey toward enlightenment, shedding earthly bonds. Beyond this, several unusual factors contribute to why a departed loved one might not visit us in our dreams. The primary reason lies in energetic connections. Post-mortem, the human physical body sheds its form and transitions into an energetic essence. These essences continue their existence in alternative dimensions, where their perception of reality contrasts sharply with our earthly experience. While departed kin may remain linked to us through energies we co-created during their lifetime, profound grief or pervasive negative emotions on our part can disrupt this bond. Such energetic blockages and unresolved emotional conflicts subsequently hinder their appearance in our dreamscapes and impede communication between worlds. A second significant factor is the level of spiritual advancement. Spiritual philosophies often posit that every individual resides on their unique developmental plane. It is possible for deceased relatives to exist on a higher spiritual plane than those still living. Consequently, they might not offer us signs until we reach a specific state of consciousness or successfully resolve our own issues. Our dreams are more than just visual representations. They are also a conduit for information that we are not always ready to absorb. The lack of visits from departed kin in our dreams can therefore signify that we still have significant personal and spiritual work ahead of us. The third reason stems from the vital need for release. Many religious traditions underscore the importance of relinquishing our hold on those who have passed. Unresolved grief and profound sorrow can tether souls to the world of the living, obstructing their transition to other dimensions. If we persist in clinging to the deceased through our thoughts and emotions, their journey may become hindered. Caught within the powerful energy of our mourning, the esoteric concept of letting go encourages us to liberate ourselves from the intense feeling of loss. This act in turn, helps establish a clear space for connection, allowing our departed loved ones to manifest in our dreams. A fourth factor relates to the specific conditions governing their visits. Certain spiritual teachings propose that numerous circumstances dictate when souls can appear in our dreams. Lunar cycles, dates intrinsically linked to their life, such as birthdays or death anniversaries, all play a significant role. Furthermore, particular energetic or even climatic conditions can either activate or suppress their ability to manifest. For example, many esoteric practitioners hold that communication with the realm of the deceased is more readily achieved during a full moon. If such conducive conditions are not present, the chances of encountering a departed loved one in a dream are diminished. The multitude of reasons explaining why deceased relatives do not visit us in dreams are truly complex and diverse. These viewpoints often intertwine with both religious tenets and esoteric doctrines, realms where the very concepts of time and space are interpreted in fundamentally different ways. Yet, irrespective of the underlying causes, it remains paramount to remember that possibilities for communication with loved ones, though perhaps constrained, can manifest through various alternative channels. These include practices such as meditation, lucid dreaming, or engaging in deep work with memories and the profound experience of loss. Grasping these intricate processes can guide us towards a more profound understanding of our personal journey and our ongoing connection with those who have departed this world. The absence of the deceased in dreams is not merely a matter of psychology or individual experience. Rather, it is a multifaceted phenomenon impinging upon diverse facets of life, culture, and spiritual advancement. It serves as a potent reminder that life persistently moves forward, and while we must cherish the memory of those who have passed, we should not permit grief to eclipse our present existence. These compelling explanations powerfully re-emphasize the critical importance of spiritual development, the liberating act of letting go, and the profound realization that each moment of life holds unique significance, a chance for solace and change. One can only hope we might someday open doors to a world where our beloved ones haven't vanished permanently, but are reachable for dialogue when we are prepared.